Colin Crawford here with Capital Hyundai. Thank you for stopping by to check out our YouTube page. We're a proud member of the Del Grande Dealer Group, the Bay Area's largest family-owned automotive dealership. Today we're going to take just a little bit of time to show you some very exciting models from Hyundai. These are the R-Spec models, and the Genesis R-Spec comes in either a coupe or a sedan. A couple different options as well for the motors that we're going to go through. And we're also just going to kind of touch on a few of the very tuner-friendly, performance-based equipment that comes on the car as a standard option. One of the cool things is the camber adjustment bolt. So this is something that can be used to adjust the camber of the front tires. It's included on all the Genesis Coupe R-Specs. So for those of you out there that know what it is, kind of a cool little option. And on the front area here, you'll find that it's been restyled for 2013. They have a new front fascia with a little bit more aggressive front end, wider nose, and these little air inlets on the hood. The LED headlights are going to come standard on the V6. So the Genesis Coupe is built under a traditional sports car platform, which means that it has an engine in the front and it drives the back wheel, so it's a rear-wheel drive car. There's a couple different motors here, and this specific motor is the 2-liter turbo. It's an inline 4-cylinder. You can see that it's very balanced right here in the middle of the car. And the turbocharger over here on the left is also new for this year. It's a twin-scroll turbocharger, which has actually upped the horsepower rating as compared to last year's Genesis Coupe. Last year's Genesis Coupe was about 211 horsepower, and with the addition of the new turbocharger this year, it's bumped up to 275 horsepower, which is impressive, especially considering that you're going to get all that torque down in the low bottom range of the RPMs. At about 3,000 RPMs is actually where you get your peak torque, which is really good. It helps to eliminate the turbo lag associated with types of motors like this. And the V6 motor is also a little bit better than last year's motor. It's a 3.8 liter V6, naturally aspirated in this case, but it's been fitted with what's called a GDI fuel system, or gas direct injection. That allows the motor to have about the same fuel economy as last year's motor, with about a 10% increase in horsepower. So just to kind of compare on the V6, it went from about 290 horsepower last year, now up to about 350. So that's something that is a kind of a testament to the technology that Hyundai is using on these modern cars. And of course, the nice thing is that the warranty is going to back all this stuff up. So even though it is a more performance-based car, you're going to have a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty that's going to cover all of this gadgets underneath here. Make sure that the major mechanical parts of the car are covered for a long time. So now that we're sitting on the inside of the R-Spec, I can tell you a little bit more about this specific vehicle. Now, R-Spec stands for Racing Specification, so that might lead you to believe that it's kind of a stripped-down model with nothing in it, and you're kind of right. But with Hyundai, they're never trying to nickel and dime their consumers, so you're always going to get more than you'd expect to find as a standard on all the vehicles. So Bluetooth is a given. You're going to get voice-activated Bluetooth. Of course, all of the airbags are labeled, all the other safety features are going to be standard as well. But with the R-Spec, it comes in a manual transmission only. So you have a 6-speed transmission here, clutch pedal on the left, and that's the only option. Now on the automatic version of the Gen Coupe, you can get an 8-speed automatic with paddle shifters integrated into the steering wheel here, but for the R-Spec model, it's not available. The other nice things on the car are going to be the kind of analog gauges here. That's new for this year. They're more gimmicky than anything, to be honest with you guys, but they are really kind of cool features. They give you the fuel consumption rate, the turbo boost, and the oil temperature all displayed right here, but they're not really in the sight of line for the driver, which means that you kind of have to look out of your way to view them. It's not really convenient, and they're more for the passenger than anyone. The radio here integrates nicely with the Bluetooth. You can actually play audio wirelessly through the media streaming. It has a CD player for those of us who still use those, and then there's a traditional USB port and auxiliary input for iPods, music players of any other type of sort. Air conditioning, of course, is standard. We need that in California, that's a must, as well as a few other things like power windows. You've got XM radio should you need it. And new for this year as well is the leather wrap steering wheel. The previous models used to have issues with the leather kind of flaking or deteriorating over time, and this leather here is much more hardy. It seems to have a little bit longer life on it from what I've noticed and heard from clients out there on the road.
If you guys would like to come down and get a feel for the wheel yourself, schedule a test drive with a sales consultant today. You can visit us online at www.sanjosehyundai.com, or you can feel free to reach us directly. Our number is area code 408-445-1500. Thank you. Have a good afternoon.